Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we will be taking a look at the Navee N65 electric scooter. This scooter is the result of a successful crowdfunding campaign, and it is considered to be the killer of Ninebot Max electric scooter due to the reasonable price, great specs and build quality. The Navee N65 is an urban scooter that can also handle off-road trails and is equipped with a 48V 12.5 amp-hour battery, 10-inch wheels with a 500-watt motor up front, an ingenious dual folding mechanism, a large LED display, advertised range of 65 kilometers, and other great design features that we will take a closer look into. This scooter was provided to me by geekbuying.com and comes at just over $600 at the time of filming this video. For current pricing, feel free to check the link in the description. The scooter comes in a cardboard box and is well protected from any damage. An owner's manual is included together with the charger. Since this is quite a heavy scooter, I find it easier to flip the box upside down instead of struggling to pull the scooter out of the box. The scooter comes folded, and with only a few steps you can set it up for riding straight out of the box, so no assembly is required. The folding mechanism uses spring-loaded levers to fold the stem and the handlebars in place, which takes a minute to get used to but actually seems to be a great design choice. The relatively large LED display is controlled by the two switches mounted on the thumb throttle handle on the right side. The front LED light is mounted under the display and one on the rear fender. I really like the way the throttle engagement is shown on the display with the circle, and the same goes for the brake lever on the left. So straight out of the box, this scooter seems to be a serious contender to the Ninebot Max and Xiaomi scooters due to the robust frame, sturdy folding mechanism, and the 10-inch 500-watt motor up front fitted with the wide 3-inch off-road looking inflatable tires. This scooter has no suspension fitted, but I feel like this would be compensated by the large tires that can absorb some of the bumps on the road depending on the tire pressure, of course. The fenders are made of strong plastic and feel to be secured in place really well. The main hinge mechanism looks and feels truly robust and sturdy, with absolutely no play or movement in the stem whatsoever once unfolded. The frame is made out of these thick aluminum tubes which look rugged and can support a rider with a weight of up to 120 kilograms. The scooter's deck is covered with a grippy, durable, yet soft and easy to clean rubber mat. The charging port is located on top, protected by this rubber flap from any water or dust. The scooter is IPX4 certified, which goes to the lower end of water resistance, implying that it will survive light rain and water splashes or small puddles, but heavy rain or immersion into water should be avoided. The rear fender is supported by this thick aluminum rail and covers half of the wheel, so the rider is well protected from any splashes while riding. The mechanical disc brakes are mounted on the rear wheel, and the braking system becomes even more effective when used in combination with regenerative braking on the front wheel. The battery charging port is protected by the two watertight covers, preventing any water or dust from entering. The scooter comes with a charger, operation manual, and basic tools for adjusting the brakes or the folding mechanism. The 2-amp adapter charges the scooter from 0 to 100 in around 6 to 7 hours. Now let's take it outside to see how it rides. My first impression once I stepped on the scooter was how sturdy and robust it actually feels. I felt no movement in the stem and handlebars and no noise coming from the cable or any plastic parts. The scooter simply feels solid and built to last, at least from my initial testing. The acceleration speed is limited by the controller and feels that it could accelerate faster, but I assume that is done for safety and extended battery life. By holding the throttle at the same position for 5 seconds, the cruise control is enabled to maintain the same speed. Since my scooter is a European model, the speed is limited to 25 km an hour, but the US version is increased to 32 km an hour. The scooter itself is almost completely silent, and the only noise comes from the wide tires. The Navee N65 also has an app that connects to the scooter via Bluetooth. Apart from what you can see on the display, the app also lets you lock the scooter using a password, enable regenerative braking and cruise control, change the units to miles, check for any faults, current draw and power output, and perform any updates that might be available in the future. Now let's take a closer look into the components. The Navee uses a front drive, brushless hub motor which is rated at 500 watts and it has a maximum power of nearly 900 watts. This power provides high torque and steady acceleration even on inclines of up to 25 degrees. Unlike the 36-volt battery on the Ninebot Max and other scooters, the Navee carries a 48-volt battery with a capacity of 600 watt-hours, which should provide a range of 65 kilometers, or at least that's what they advertise. In addition to that, the 17 cm wide deck feels comfortable and can be stood on with both feet facing forwards. The drawback of this scooter is the low ground clearance. The distance from the bottom of the frame to the ground is only 10 centimeters, and the kickstand also decreases it to 6 centimeters of ground clearance, so riding over taller bumps or curbs must be taken with care not to damage the underside. The large LED display shows the speed, trip distance, battery level, and real-time voltage, which is useful to determine the exact battery level. So far, the Navee seems to perform great on urban roads, so I decided to ride a few light off-road trails. With the pressure slightly decreased in the tires, it feels great riding the scooter on non-paved roads. The brakes do the job well and can lock up the rear wheel easily. So combined with the regenerative braking up front, the scooter feels quick and fun to ride not only on urban roads but off-road as well. Overall, the Navee scooter looks amazing to me at least. The scooter can be folded up in under 10 seconds using the clever folding design of the stem and handlebars for easier storage inside a car's trunk or at home. Unfortunately, the good looks and performance of the scooter comes at a price of the weight of the scooter, which is 23.5 kilograms. Definitely not the most enjoyable scooter to carry around and will feel like a workout if you need to carry it up multiple stairs. With a tubular frame design, matte black finish, and red accent stripes on the wheels, this scooter truly seems to deliver quality and performance. The front LED light is bright enough to see at night, together with the brake light which flashes when the brakes are enabled. So after riding more than 100 kilometers on the scooter, the only drawbacks that I found is the relatively large weight, low ground clearance, and weak water resistance of IPX4. Meaning the scooter can cope with light rain and puddles, but immersion into water should be avoided. The tires are optimized for use on asphalt, but seem to be grippy enough for off-road riding or wet terrain. I actually ran into quite heavy rain for nearly half an hour, but the scooter did just fine and ran great afterwards. The 3 speed settings limit the speed to 15, 20 and 25 kilometers an hour, and there is also a walking pace setting for times when you want to have the scooter ride next to you without having to drag the hefty weight. To me, the addition of regenerative braking is a big plus, since not only you can deliver some of the braking power back into the battery, but you also save your brake pads from quite a lot of wear. Of course, the regenerative braking won't charge your scooter noticeably while riding, but it is a great feature to have. The robust frame, decent power, wide deck and grippy tires, solid stance, good brakes and LED lights make the Navee N65 a great choice for daily commuting or fun rides at the park. I did try to climb a steep incline on the scooter, but it was struggling after around 50 meters of climbing, and once the incline got to around 25 degrees, it came to a stop. Other than that, this scooter is a serious competitor to the Xiaomi and Ninebot Max scooters. After riding the scooter on the maximum speed setting of 3 at a temperature of 10 degrees Celsius, I got a range of 33 kilometers, which is far from the advertised 65 kilometers, but I'm sure that's possible to reach using the lower speed settings of 15 or 20 kilometers an hour in warm weather and smooth roads. So that is my review of the Navee N65 electric scooter. I can definitely recommend the scooter if you're not bothered by the relatively large weight, lower ground clearance and the basic waterproofing of IPX4. In the meanwhile, I will continue to ride the scooter to see if any issues come up, but so far I can say that I am impressed by the quality and looks of the Navee N65. Let me know your thoughts about the scooter in the comments below, and if you found yourself interested in getting one, feel free to click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and until next time.